subscribers, crew members, and mission support. I've just really set up this very quick 1/100 scale pool. I'm just pulling out slowly, and you can see the support structure, the red support structure coming into view now of the secondary hull. And as I pull out, you can absolutely just see suddenly there are the support pylons, and there are the two nacelles. At the moment, I'm back in the front room of my apartment because there's some pretty cool stuff going on in the big studio. So I'm back in the studio in about 3 or 4 days, where I'm going to set this up. But I just had to share this with you right now. The nacelles are just templates at the moment, but you can just see by looking at that. I mean, you know, this is the small model. This is the 1/100 scale model. So I'm just going to give you like a handheld video tour around this. I've been focusing on the hangar deck, and especially the past few days, focusing on main engineering. So we're going to go in close now and have a look at that. So we're just coming down one of the pylons, and already you can see main engineering lit up, and it might already be starting to looking, it might already start to be looking a bit familiar from what we saw on the show. This is 1/100 scale. So there it is. There's main engineering. There's quite a few staff in there at the moment, and we've got two red uniforms lay down there. They're supposed to be standing up. Anyway, so this will be that room opposite the main controls. So I'm going to build all that, and you can see at the moment it really is a lot of it is actually really held together with tape. If I just come up over the top, you can see that familiar entrance to main engineering, and then outside, of course, around this area here, I'll be building the doorway, the swoosh doors that go into main engineering. But the fantastic thing about this build is that, as you know, I'm building the entire ship, is we can now see the corridor outside of main engineering. And this red door here is the exit from the turbolift, which I'll just take you along that. So this red line, this red structure here, is the path of the turbolift, which passes over deck 18 and deck 19. So this red band here is deck 17. And there is, I've made a little kind of makeshift turbolift here, which needs a little bit of attention. I'll just show you that. Tiny little turbolift, and I've given it its own doors. So every time the turbolift arrives at its destination or leaves, there will be two sets of doors opening and closing. The doors of the turbolift, and also the doors to the deck that it's arriving on, or the location that it's arriving on. Okay, so we continue along here to the vertical aspect of the turbolift, which then travels up through into the dorsal section. So I'm going to give the turbolift this kind of blue lift shaft treatment here, so you can clearly follow that. And then the turbolift will travel along deck 8 in the dorsal. And of course the saucer section is not on yet, so I'm going to wait until I get into the big studio before I start displaying the saucer section. But there we go, folks. That's it, just very, very quickly laid out on the table. And at the moment, these nacelle templates, just showing a bit behind the scenes, these nacelle templates are held on with masking tape. There, let's just go around to the hangar bay, because I just want to show you a little bit of the hangar bay. So there's the landing platform for the shuttlecraft that will be coming in to the landing bay. A lot of work needs to be done on that yet. But as we come up over the top here, this is behind the power core of main engineering. And my thoughts behind this are, let me just come round again to here, to the other side. Whoops. So there's that mesh, and there's the, we can just see the red glow from those power tubes. And that's all we ever saw in the show. We didn't see anything behind that. It was all very mysterious. But as we lift up here, my thoughts are that those power tubes go up into some kind of enhancement chamber or stabilization chamber, whatever you want to call it. It's all science fiction, so it's all kind of, if I dare say, make-believe, but we believe it. Okay, and then this kind of like enhancer or whatever it is, or regulator, then delivers the energy or the signal through these things here. These are, let's go with GNDN, the goes nowhere, does nothing vibe. And then from there, they travel into these massive support pylons there, these tubes which travel all the way up there to the nacelle. Each nacelle, which will then, I don't know, what does it do from there? It generates the warp power, the warp bubble, the dilation of space, whatever we want to do with that. But I'm really enjoying this, and I'm really looking forward to getting in to the big studio again, so I can set this up on a more permanent level, a more stable level. There's the structure, the support structure for the pylons. It's like super strong. It's on both sides. It's like that kind of a 45-degree V shape. But this is all held in place with just like epic strong glue. The lighting that I've got here is I want to avoid kind of plug-in stuff, you know, where I have to use the mains to plug it in. So what I'm using is these nice little Christmas light things here, which takes 2 batteries, and it's just got like a really nice long string of LEDs that can really be manipulated into position. So it's like super low tech, super simple. But then here you can see when those lights are applied and then covered with something that looks a bit like 23rd century, you know, with some gels over it, you get a really good effect, and it is a really good effect. Also, what this allows me to do is, I'll just take this out, this box out. It allows me to feed this very hidden, concealed, and then I can build underneath, like there, like a housing for that. So I can easily take this in and out and change the batteries. And also this is kind of in fitting, because there would be some kind of like, I don't know, some kind of like a powerhouse under these nacelles, under the pylons, sorry. So there'll probably be a few of those placed around the ship and in the saucer section to hopefully give a really nice effect. Let me just pull back here and show you this thing. I'm just backing up slowly so I don't go through the window. And show you this from the back here with those nacelles. When I get into the studio, on the next video that I show, these nacelles will be 3D. So I'm going to construct these in 3D. And as you know, or you may not know, our ambassador in Toronto is currently sending me two custom-made domes here for the front of these nacelles. And then I've got some really nice glowing, fluctuating lamps that I'm going to fit in there. So we're going to have warp power, folks, in these nacelles. And then the latest piece of work is this black superstructure here, which is actually near the very front of the secondary hull. And I'm really, really looking forward to getting the deflector sensor dish on the front, because then we're really beginning to see the secondary hull like that. So I hope that gives you some idea of the size. And actually, maybe if I put myself in the shot so you can see the size of me to the size of this model. Okay, so there it is, full-size person with the 1/100 scale USS Enterprise under construction. One important point about this is actually urgent news, actually, and hope you can see me through here. I don't know. Anyway, urgent news. I'm closing the option of becoming a member of the USS Enterprise. So as you know, when you sign up to my Patreon at level 2, on the 1/25th scale, not this one, but the 1/25th scale, you get your own quarters on board the ship with your name on the door and 1 or 2 personalized items in the quarters. So you actually have quarters on the ship. We are at 300 crew members right now. So literally within 3 days of this video, I'm closing that. So if you want to get on board, do it now, okay? Because after that, then it will still be possible to support the mission on Patreon, but all of the crew quarters are gone. And I know that there's 430 crew quarters on board the ship. But because of logistics and there will only be 300 crew quarters visible in the saucer section and in the secondary hull. So anyway, that's just your news. You can either jump on or not jump on. But I'd love to welcome you aboard the USS Enterprise, but it's closing in 3 days. The link to my Patreon is in the description. Get on board and join the crew. Or of course, just sign up on level 1 as mission support. That's cool. Okay, so I think that's it for this video. Just a quick, bit of blah 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 from me, as opposed to the previous video, which is all kind of like beauty pass stuff, and I really enjoyed doing that as well. Let me know in the comments section what you think of this build. You know, a lot of people saying that are saying that I'm mad for doing this. Just even this 1/100 scale. Never mind the 1/25th scale. Seriously, this model will kind of look tiny compared to the 1/25th scale, which will actually be 40 feet long and 12 feet high. And yeah, so let me know what you think in the comments section. This is what I do full time. And you know, I really appreciate, push the subscribe button, support the mission, and let's get this thing out into space. Okay, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon with the next video when I'm back in the new studio, the big space, and I'm really looking forward to showing you that with this setup on a more kind of you know, stable, on a stable table. Okay, see you soon. I hope you're all well, and bye for now. Shh.